fine shot. Taylor Gray too.
Yeah, Taylor Gray, 5 tries so far in the NRC matches, and a wonderful ball carrier. You heard Dave McDouling just before saying they've got a lot of ball carriers in their back row, New South Wales Country Eagles. As you mentioned, Shawnee, Andrew Callaway, 9 tries so far in this competition, the Australian under-20 winger. Number 11, Andrew Callaway, one to look out for.
So our first semi-final of the inaugural Buildcorp National Rugby Championship. There is the leading try scorer after the regular season, the man they call the Fire, Andrew Callaway. Angus Gardner, our referee for tonight's matchup. 2 red-hot teams ready to rip in, and McIntyre gets it up and over the 22 off the kickoff, and it was hacked away there off the kickoff and falls back for Brisbane City. Nice early touch for Liam Gill. Expect him to have a big game tonight on national TV on the way back from injury. McDouling has been a standout, the captain for City this year, and he gets a nice touch early on too. On they come, City. Frisbee holds a pass up to McDouling again.
A little bit of slow ball coming for Frisbee now. Gets a quick McIntyre.
Short off the hip. Shots hit hard by his opposite number, Idavea. Rushing up there was Taylor Gray. You've got to have your head on a swivel when Taylor Gray's about. He can put some hurt on big time. Frisbee whips a pass across to Fayanati, and he does extremely well to get it back on the inside. Oh, we are off to a flyer.
Brando Va'alu, he crosses over. Good ball though from Nick Frisbee to see the space on the left-hand side. He was actually at first receiver, the scrum half, and fired a lovely ball out to Matt Fayanati. Bumped off a couple. Brando Va'alu, his first try in NRC, plays for the Sunnybank Club in Brisbane. What's the ball here from Nick Frisbee? Bang, flat pass, little in and away from Fayanati, and then a lovely offload as he was falling to the ground.
So a dream start for Brando Va'alu. What do you make of the try celebration? He just kind of goes in Tim Horan and then gets up and kind of just says, I'll have a sleep. I'll have a little nap right here on the Central Coast Stadium turf. McIntyre, boom, right through the middle. And in the blink of an eye, Va'alu has his team up 8-0 over New South Wales Country Eagles.
Brando Va'alu, 6 games for Samoa, and then played about 30 games for the Queensland Reds a while ago, then went to France and Japan to play a little bit of rugby as well. So he's travelled around.
Yet to touch the ball yet, the Eagles, and this might be their first chance. No, reeled in by Kotza. He's a big lump. Kotza has been in good form too. Gill at full tilt. Ducked under a big shot there from Taylor Gray. Gill winding up early on. McIntyre now drills it down to Callaway. The strike weapon, one off. So's this man for the Eagles, Dellett.
Well, that could have gone too far. A lot of wind behind. Just sits up nicely.
Checks beautifully. Just sucks a little like a 7-9 from 160 in. Check beautifully, and it'll be a line-out throw to the Eagles.
If you have a look at the touch judge's flag there, you can see it. The wind is favouring New South Wales Country Eagles. Paddy Dellett did well to just to sit that ball up.
Johnson goes up, brings it down cleanly for McKibben, and they try the set piece move through the midfield. It's a good bit of momentum now they have. Dellett, the rangy fullback, has been excellent all season for the Eagles. Good shot over the top there from City, but
tackler first.
Not rolling away.
Yeah, number 6 away first before you can have a crack, thank you.
So Curtis Browning penalised. Had to roll away first. Andrew Reddy, the hooker, was coming in to look for a steal.
McKibben knocks it into touch, and here's another look at it.
Got to roll. Yep.
Yeah, not making an effort to roll away Curtis Browning. He was stuck in there, but it was a good carry from the Eagles. Tulla Gray certainly getting involved early on, the number 6 for New South Wales country.
I've got jumper.
Johnston goes up and finds Ben Matwajow, does well to juggle it, then bring it in. Will Miller. Strong charge from Miller. Now McKibben. Good hands to free up Gray. This promising from the Eagles. Windsor has a charge at the line and bounces over Sam Windsor. Excellent work from the fly half.
Yeah, I'm going to double check it, guys. Thanks, Lee. George, you there? We think there may have been a knock on. Can you just double check that, please? So try, no try.
So Angus Gardner going upstairs to have a look.
Thanks, mate.
Sam Windsor, he just showed and go and went through, but the question mark is, did he knock the ball as he went to the try line? It looked okay. Looked okay. You could see the try line there, and he's got control. Momentum's taking him over, you would think.
Well, our TMO tonight, they brought in the big guns for our first semi-final. Tim Horan, it's George Ayub on the button saying yes or no tonight.
It's just that last little movement from Sam Windsor. 77 points in the competition so far. He's the second top point scorer in the NRC competition. Plays for the East Club in Sydney.
Speaking to the Country Eagles coach Darren Coleman before kickoff, and he has just been so impressed by the emergence of Sam Windsor.
Comes from out at Bungendore, out near Canberra.
Let's see if he's got a try.
Yeah, mate. Sorry, mate. I just lost your comms. Say that again. Yep. Okay, thanks.
You can add a few more points to that tally. Tim Horan. Windsor's in and will now have the chance to add the extras. Great build-up from the Eagles.
Yeah, good continuity from the Eagles. They got across the advantage line early with a couple of good forward runs. Gray got across the advantage line. And Sam Windsor scores his second try in the NRC competition. Bit of breeze just in behind his left shoulder.
So Windsor looking for the extras and kisses the upright and slips through, and we're all tied up. It's 8 apiece, 6 gone.
There's a momentum. There's the run by Gray, and it was a quick ball. McKibben could release the ball quickly. Had a decoy runner in, straightened the attack up. Just got inside Toby White as he was straightened up on the drift defence.
Back we come and down we go, downtown off the boot of Brendan McKibben. Takes play just short of halfway for his team. Well, it's a great relief to see Brisbane City in the blue strip tonight, not their normal yellow, predominantly yellow set-up, Timmy Horan.
Yeah. Traditional colours for Brisbane City. Ready. Good throw, first throw for him.
It's a sharp one.
9 to 10.
And shot to the middle. McIntyre with players in motion. Oh, it was read beautifully in D, and now fired the pass out of the hand of Marfu, and we're playing on.
Play the first one, gents. Forward pass. Scrum blue.
Yeah, it was the defence from Sam Windsor. He read that really well. It was a flat pass from Jake McIntyre, the fly half for Brisbane. So the reserves there for the Eagles. Will Munro from Randwick, he's a reserve block. Will Weeks as well.
Let's go, twos. Crouch. Bind. I don't want you on the shoulder. We talked about long binds before the game, yeah? Thank you.
Jake Ilnicki, the tight head prop for the Eagles. Played 5 test matches for Canada.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Good clean strike there from Reddy. Back in a flash for Frisbee and McIntyre, who put in motion, and getting his first touch of the night is Kurandrani. He was awesome last week against the UC Vikings at Suncorp Stadium, looking for a repeat performance tonight. Gill, the D, the defence, strong hit there from Matt Wajau. Frisbee so good in tight.
Thank you.
Out we come to Karevi, who shoots it long to Kurandrani.
Just moving up too quickly. They're very eager,
Offside.
New South Wales Country Eagles. Since they know the threat midfield with Samu Karevi, Toby White. Chris Kurandrani out wide as well. Been some good defence midfield by the Eagles. Ed Stubbs, Mahafu.
Stubbs is a renowned big hitter, the number 13 for the Country Eagles from the East Club. Can hit like a sledgehammer. Stubbsy. Good player.
Stolen there, Will Miller at the back.
McKibben with the box kick. And he's looking for Kellaway on the chase. Kurandrani will take it. Wiry runner, so tough to bring down first up, Kurandrani. Good touch, Gill. He's enjoying himself through 10 minutes here on the central coast of New South Wales. Semi-final number 1 of the inaugural Buildcorp National Rugby Championship in full motion, as is that ball, as it's looking to sit up for Mahafu, and it does just that. Sets off for the try line. Mahafu gets it batted out. He's blown it. He's blown it big time.
Oh, Brandover Alu, he chased him down. Mahafu ricocheted, got a perfect bounce, and just watch the bounce, bang. Watch the chase from Va'alu, and all he does is go for the ball, up and under, and knocks it out.
That is great work from Va'alu, Tim Horan. Came from the clouds, as they say.
Well, it was smart play, but he knew that if he tackled him, he was going to score the try. So, Brandover Alu, and he had one option.
Set. Either stay on, either stay on.
Everything but Mahafu.
Either stay on.
Frisbee, they'll crash one up inside here through Kurandrani. Smart play just to settle it down and open up the angle for the box kick out of the hand of Frisbee. Charged down and now taken by McIntyre, and he'll place it. And we're going to go back to the 22 to get things underway again. Gill goes quickly. Here they come, Brisbane City. Clever that from Krevy, but he's gone to the waiting hands of Matt Wajau.
No, there was no one there, Samu Karevi. Not sure what he was thinking, just probably needed to settle it down. McKibben, slow ball.
Counter ruck's good, and then Dellett was forced to come in from the side. It's scrappy for Frisbee, and he compounds the issue. Dellett now goes back to Vaya. Oh, this has been a frenetic start to this matchup between Brisbane City and the New South Wales Country Eagles. Gray goes to Stubbs, now shoots it across. Oh, goes to Warra, and Warra dives in. They're happy. They're super happy.
Samu Warra stayed out wide too, was really important. And Nick Frisbee, yeah, he hasn't moved since he got collected in back play. Samu Warra's second try this year, NRC. You weren't going to stop him from that far out. Fayanati tried. Just quick ball, once again using Tulla Gray. Good hands. Ed Stubbs did the right thing. It was a good cutout pass. Andrew Callaway was there to make the extra man from his left wing across to the right wing. You're not going to stop him from that far out, Samu Warra.
Well, after trailing 8-0, after a minute of play, the New South Wales Country Eagles have this kick to put knocked them out by 8 points. Windsor strikes it nicely, looking to ride the breeze at the back end, but it's away to the left. Warra has the try as Nick Frisby makes his way gingerly off the park. This is going to...
Yeah, he wants to stay on though. He's not happy. He got collected. This is where it happened. Fumbled, had a look, and just twisted his ankle. So he's trying to stay on the field at the moment. Jack Mullins is the reserve scrum half.
McKibben gets heaps on that one. A whole heap, and it sails way downtown. Our man on the sideline tonight is one of the best in the business, Tim Sheridan. Shero, how many points are you putting on that breeze?
Well, that kick we just saw, Shorty, was indicative of the breeze. It's under the left wings of the Eagles, and that touchline at the bottom of the screen and to our right will be the one they're aiming at. But yeah, I think I'll say 10, mate.
Let's see if that comes to fruition. If anyone knows, Shero knows. He's been around the blocks, as has Schatz, and that'll come loose. But it'll come back. Frisby has to check the pass. He doesn't look good. Nick Frisby, gutsy stuff, staying on. He can breathe a little easier here. There he is, just...
Release number 5.
He's in all sorts, Tim Horan.
Yeah, in trouble. He's trying to stay on as a gutsy player, but good defence there from the Eagles. They've got this up and in defence and pushing Jake McIntyre back in field. Fly half not getting a lot of room to move. Ed Stubbs pushing up out wide, outside centre for the Eagles. So Nick Frisby from the GPS club in Brisbane, he'll try and run it out. Looks like a right ankle to Nick Frisby.
Move 5.
Andrew Reddy from the East Club throwing the ball in.
Up goes McDouling. They do well to trap that, and now it's up, and it's going to take some big muscle work here from Angus here to get it back for City. Can't come up with it. Excellent defence there from New South Wales country. Here comes Kurandrani linking up with Valu. Got us rocking tonight with the first try of the evening. Karevi takes 3 to drop him. Gray came over the top with a shoulder, and I think that might cost him a penalty.
Number 8. Arms in the tackle, please. Leading with the shoulder, number 8.
Idavaya.
Sorry, number 6.
There you go, number 6.
Yeah, I thought it might have been. Yeah.
You're right, Ida. You just keep trucking, big man. There is Taylor Gray's been.
He's been really good, hasn't he? He's 5 tries so far in the competition. He's only 24 too. Plays for Eastern Sydney. He had some really strong carries. That was it there, trying to put a bit of a shot on. Samu Karevi.
Shat's being used in the middle a couple of times already, showcasing his skills at the line out. Reds number 8, they peel off. It's a strong charge from Paraka. Frisby has to reverse the pass. Karevi takes his team 10 short of the try line.
Now you would think that Dave McDouling would say to Jake McIntyre, let's go for touch again. There's only 2 points for a penalty in the NRC competition.
That's 2 pretty quick ones. Releasing and not rolling.
What's the timing of them joining? Make sure he comes down.
Angus Gardner, the referee
Number
tonight.
4, make sure he's down before you.
They've all done a terrific job for the entire championship. Our referees kept it ticking along, no mucking around, no dead time. They want to see the ball in play just like you do at home. And if you're a Brisbane City fan, you like the way this ball's in play. Schatz bumps past the tackle of Warra. Now he's 6 short. Ready. Good line speed to shut him down initially, and they have another charge. Kotzer McDouling rather in close. Similar builds. Two big man shots, so close, must be there, has to have it down, surely.
No, he was just short. Play on, Angus Gardner said short, play on.
Incredible. Millimetres in it.
Is it now, Blue?
Liam Gill trying to get the ball out.
So they surrender a metre. Miller couldn't help himself.
Trouble.
He's going to cop yellow. He's going to cop yellow, the kid from Nowra. He's gone for 10.
Scrum.
Will Miller, 21 years old. He was warned. That's the third penalty in a row that Angus Gardner.
I can't believe that ball didn't find turf.
Yeah, Jake Shatsy was nearly. There's been some really good defensive hits from New South Wales Country Eagles. He reached out and went back.
He's over the line, I think an arm comes underneath from McKibben. He's a wily customer, Brendan McKibben. Sneaky little scrum half. There's the penalty that will cost Will Miller 10 minutes of game time. And let's see how his side defends.
Well, Will Miller, as you mentioned, from Nowra. How far is that away from the lovely Gosford?
Oh, it's a hike.
Is it?
Yeah, you're hiking a long way. You're taking in some sights. You're going past Kiama.
Yep. Well, Paddy Dallett, he's from Maitland as well, not too far away.
Well, not too far from, more closer to here, Maitland.
Yeah.
It was written up in the local rag this week. Pat Dallett, they love what he's doing. George Ayub having another look at TMO. I'm sure that found the try line.
Interesting, Shawnee, last week, there were some stories about Paddy Dallett not being able to play against Perth last week because he plays for the Western Force, so New South Wales Country Eagles were allowed to have Paddy Dallett, but on one condition, he didn't play against Perth.
Wow. Great pickup, though, for the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Let's come across, gents.
Has relished his time under the guidance of Darren Coleman, their coach.
See the back line up there. Jake McIntyre, fly half. Samu Karevi just outside of him. Matthew Fayanati just sitting in behind the blind winger.
Set.
Big clean ball.
Schatz peels off and sends it long. Karevi bounces in the tackle first up of Ma'afu. Just went right over the top of him. Now in tight to Kotza. Frisbee's shaken off that injury. Gutsy work from Frisbee on the wrap now. Opening up and got clobbered. Oh, he got hit. He got hit with a whole lot there, Frisbee. He's got a crook ankle and now his ribs are in places they shouldn't be.
Well, they are flying up the Eagles in defence. It was very well read.
Relax.
Some big hits. Tulla Gray.
Dave, what are you doing?
Itavaya. Watch this hit, Andrew Reddy there. Ma'afu races up and puts a good shot on Nick Frisbee.
Ooh-wee.
He was committed.
He was pot committed, as they say in poker terms.
Ma'afu, he was not going to pull out of that one.
Oh, he's had a torrid 22 minutes, Nick Frisbee. He's not enjoying his time on the Central Coast, the beautiful Central Coast of New South Wales, not one little bit. Well, one man missing from the Country Eagles tonight is their captain, Stephen Hoiles, and here he is with Tim Sheridan.
Well, thanks, Sean. Well, as we mentioned earlier, there is a plane on its way to Europe tonight, but there's a lot of players here in Gosford who might have been on it. One of them is Stephen Hoiles, the captain of the Eagles. Mate, what's your injury situation at the moment?
Oh, look, I played last week and just hurt myself during the week of training, a little muscle strain, so only a week hopefully, and if the boys can hang on and get through, then maybe I'm a chance to play next week.
The team is having a major crack. They've had a major crack, but you've got a few injuries tonight, haven't you? Pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, all around that second row, back row position, we've had a few, but it's given guys like Sam Croak and Will Munro on the bench, giving guys an opportunity. That's what this comp's about, giving young guys a go. So the boys are having they're digging deep out here, and it's been a sort of a trait for the whole season for this team. They sort of, probably just work pretty hard with their team union and stuff like that. So they're hanging in there tonight. They're doing well so far. It's only early, but hopefully they show this sort of spirit.
And the journey quickly through the NRC itself, up until this point, it's tiring, isn't it? But it's worthwhile.
Yeah, it's been a long season. I think there's a lot of good about this competition, and I hope they stick with it. There's obviously a few things that probably need to be addressed, and but the style of footy is good. The law changes are good. It's exciting to play. There's about 10 minutes extra of game time with penalty shots only worth 2 now. Teams aren't opting for those anymore. So it's a few good changes in the competition, and the players are enjoying playing it. Just be nice if a few more people are here watching, but it's first year, and hopefully we're still talking about this comp in 3 or 4 years' time.
Yeah, let's hope we are. Thanks, Stephen.
Thanks, Tim. Cheers.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Shero. Thank you, Stephen Hoiles. I find it remarkable that he has a calf injury, because I've had a look at those pins and he has no calves.
Stephen Hoiles, he's done exceptionally well, hasn't he, with the Waratahs this year. Didn't have a contract at the start of pre-season. Said to Michael Checker, just give me 4 or 5 weeks to show you what I've got.
Bind. Set.
So City looking to strike back after leading inside the first 2 minutes. A big shove coming on here. They're only up against 7 men. Angus Gardner says, I've had enough. Penalty try to Brisbane City.
Oh, and there was plenty of lip going on after that scrum as well. Paraka ready. There was a lot of pressure coming through. Duncan Chubb, the loose head prop for the Country Eagles. And Angus Gardner, he'd warned them a couple of times. He'd spoken to both front rowers. And Billy Johnson just buckling the hooker there from the Country Eagles under enormous pressure coming through from the Brisbane City front row.
Well, you don't get any respite either against this Brisbane City front row when these 3 monsters head off. The likes of Matt Murphy, David Feo and Phil Kitte come on, and they combine at around 400 kilos. I'm not kidding. 400 kegs cumulative as McIntyre smashes it through, and Brisbane City are back in front after 25.
The replacements there for Brisbane City. Sam Green, Jack Mullins there. I would say Jack Mullins might be used after half-time because Nick Frisbee is really struggling with his ankle. Adam Korchek as well.
It's a deep kick, and it's looked to have been knocked on there by Tayunati. Indeed it was, and it'll be a run of possession here for the Eagles. Idavaya takes play up to the 22, and we'll go back for the initial knock-on off the restart.
Yeah, Dave McDouling was going up in the air and he just misread it. The wind picked the ball up and went over his head. And Fayanati just wasn't ready to take it as it came across. Miller, 3.5 minutes left from his 10 minutes in the sin bin. Will Miller, 21-year-old.
Let's go, gents.
You just get a feeling, Timmy, that there are going to be so many kids that come through this competition that are just going to flourish in years to come. Miller's another one. He's abrasive. He's at everything. There are open sides everywhere. Rowan Perry from the UC Vikings. It's going to just feed the pipeline so beautifully for years to come at the top level.
Well, you look at all the younger players that are out there tonight. Andrew Callaway, leading try scorer with 9. He's only 19 years old. So give these players a really strong pathway to the next level of Super Rugby.
Set. Steady.
Here comes the noise from the Brisbane City scrum, but the Eagles can clear it, and short off the hip went Warra, busting over a couple. Short off the hip of Windsor. McKibben. He's fired up, he taps and goes. He will not die with the ball, McKibben. And a great little pop ball there, but the man was hammered by Karevi. McKibben, that's fast-paced footy, and now it comes away for Brisbane City. White does well to reel it in. Gill shoots it across to Karevi, who kicks very rarely.
Oh, Toby White, he did well to control the ball, the outside centre for Brisbane City. But he had Chris Kurandrani on his right shoulder, and if he could have just got the ball away, it was shut the gate. Couple little turnovers for Country now. Ed Stubbs got a good shot from Samu Karevi.
That was straight as a die, but it missed the man. It found Windsor, who looks to split them. Gets it away to Matt Wajow. Now McKibben, he'll be looking for Kellaway down that left side. Can't link up on this occasion. Settles it down, 22 out. Here come the Eagles. Back to Della Karevi. He's getting some big shoulders on in defence. Tyler Gray. Kind of skill and pace we'd expect of our first semi-final in the inaugural Buildcorp National Rugby Championship. Just as I say that, it's overrun by Warra, but they'll stay with it, the Eagles. Tyler Gray, starter step, flicks away the first half attempt, and now it comes clear to Kellaway. No room to move, but he keeps it in play, and eventually it goes in a touch. It'll be a Eagles throw, says Andrew Lees, out off Brisbane City.
Yeah, good play from the Eagles. Just need to earn the right to go wide first. They've got to get across the advantage line. Hasn't he been good, Tyler Gray, tonight? Good flick past Callaway. Really only the first time he's touched the ball, apart from receiving a kick early in the match. 5-man line out. New South Wales Country Eagles. Idavaya goes into scrum half.
That a better throw from Bill Johnson from Alstonville. Found his man, and they keep it tight here, the Eagles. It's a well-formed ball, and Mafu adds his weight. McKibben adds all 70 kilos of his frame, and Vayer off the back. Oh, he's so close. We're going to have a look upstairs.
I reckon check. Yeah, I didn't know if he just got there, but we'll check it.
Idavaya, he had his hands on the ball.
George? Yeah, just wanting to check try, no try. May have been short, but may have got it over. We're not sure, so thanks.
Chris Kurandrani and also Nick Frisbee were the defenders on Idavaya, the number 8 for Country.
Yeah, hang on one second.
Thought he might have been better to stay in that maul and just keep going another couple of metres. They had the drive on.
Hey, Nick.
That looks like it's
Nick,
okay.
can you give me a gob
I'm
full
calling
like
that a
again?
try.
I'll come and penalise you, all right?
I think he gets it there, Tim Horan.
Early, the first point.
On the camera 3 shot that we saw a little earlier,
There.
for those at home who are looking to get in the world of TV, the camera 3 from up in the grandstands, looking down, and I thought he might have got there.
It's the first point of the ball. It was just back before then. That's been pushed back.
Well, even there, it's on the line.
Is that its second movement? I think it was early on. It was a good set-piece play, though. Sam Croak from the line out, the 19-year-old lock for the Eagles. Took it well and they drove it forward. Idavaya.
I have a decision. Yes, mate. It's a try, okay.
Chalk one up to the commentators. Idavaya's in. And the New South Wales Country Eagles go back in front.
Idavaya, 119 kilos he is. Solid player. Got his hands on the ball and was not going to let that go. But Billy Johnson was a really good throw from the line out to Sam Croak. And they had the rumble on, and then Idavaya broke to the left. Sam Windsor to add the extra 3 points.
And adds him with great style. That is a terrific conversion. The 3 points are up against his name, and his side leads 21-16. Nick Frisbee, he's done for the night.
Yeah, Yeah, lasted 30 minutes. He did really well to stay on the field. So I think Jack Mullins has come onto the field now.
That's a huge loss for Brisbane City. Frisbee has been their go-to all year.
There's Jack Mullins with the ball now, so he'll go to scrum half. Jack Mullins, 21. He can play 9, 10 or 12.
So Mullins' first pass isn't a good one, but Karevi is good enough to bring it in and spin out of the first tackle. Another 2 bring him to ground. Gill, dummies. Matt Wajal, the tackler. Mullins just delays the pass to Schatz, who gets it up to his back row partner Browning, who gets another one away. Excellent work, Mullins.
Numbers left. The ball should have gone.
It's going to be a long night for McIntyre if they're the sort of passes coming at him. Karevi freed it up beautifully. Reddy also, the hooker, with the skills that thrill. Gill. Oh, big defence coming from Tyler Gray.
Forward pass though. Tyler Gray. When you look up and you see Tyler Gray, and then you look up and see Itavea, you don't really want to run that side of the field. Tyler Gray, 114 kg. Itavea, 119. A couple of good shots they're putting on.
His eyes lit up, didn't they, Tyler Gray? He's hungry for some of the rough stuff tonight.
Marco Kotza did well to take the ball. That was a forward pass. He's been everywhere, Tyler Gray.
So highly regarded at the start of the Super Rugby season by new Wallabies coach Michael Checker. Huge raps on him. Maybe he'll be sending a copy of this north these first 32 minutes. The Wallabies are up and in the air and on their way. And good news, folks. Just been announced that Fox Sports will be bringing you all the action next week between the Wallabies and the Barbarians.
Yeah, some good matches coming up. The Barbarians, Wales, and then France, Ireland and England. So some really good matches. Wales and England are in the Wallabies pool for the World Cup 2015.
Vaya. There goes to Mafu, who will need some help there because the defence and work at the breakdown was sharp initially from Brisbane City. The clearing kick will relieve pressure. They're running with a strong breeze, the Eagles. Our man on the sideline, Tim Sheridan, reckons it's a 10-point breeze, and that looks pretty close to the mark, 33 in.
Another 5-man line out for Brisbane City. Schatz at the front.
Mullins cross to McIntyre, and Gill in the midfield. Holds his feet well in the tackle, now pops it up to Kotza. With all the changes of passing here from the Brisbane City team. That's a shocker. That's a shocker. Stubbs is away. Stubbs gone for the Eagles.
Well, it was a slow ball, and Stubbs pounced just on the pass of Jake McIntyre. He got a poor pass at his bootlaces. Probably wasn't the right option to go wide after the play had slowed down. Watch Jake McIntyre picks it beautiful off his bootlaces and didn't see Stubbs coming through. And as I mentioned earlier on, Shawnee, Ed Stubbs is the player that is bringing the defensive line up out wide for the New South Wales Country Eagles. Rushed up, got in front of Toby White, and unfortunately for Jake McIntyre, had to chase all the way back.
They weathered the storm. They were down to 14 men after losing Will Miller, and now remarkably they're up by 10, and the conversion attempt from Windsor is away, so it'll stay at 10 points. But the Brisbane City team are going to take a while to find their groove again after losing Frisbee. Stubbs made them pay. Mullins is at scrum half, and they've just got to gel, and they've got to gel quickly.
Well, Ed Stubbs calls his old club from Cottesloe over in Perth. Also plays for Eastern Suburbs in Sydney.
McIntyre goes long to Warra. McKibben tried to duck under the tackle of Fayanardi and now gets friends there to help drive it on. Excellent work there from the big men to help out little Brendan McKibben. Back to Windsor. Stay in field. Good work. Mullins goes back to McIntyre. Across to Alu. Now Kurandrani. We haven't seen a whole lot of him, and that'll be pleasing the Eagles fans because he is danger with a capital D. Over the top came Stubbs. And still fall for Brisbane City, but they're under all sorts of pressure from a revitalised Eagles team.
No, it's the defence from the Eagles. Look, counter-rucking there from Itavaya as well. Struggling to get the ball back. Jack Mullins on the ground, has to pick it up.
Balu forced to go in, and now they've got numbers down this left side, but they choose to tuck it under the wing of Fangasi. It's just so scrappy from the base of the ruck. It's hard work for the men on the outside. That's not much chop from City.
Well, unfortunately, Jack Mullins has come onto the field. Doesn't play a lot of scrum half, and the continuity and the patterns of play have just gone out of the play of Brisbane City, but it's because the New South Wales country team, their defensive pattern, they're rushing up, they're putting pressure on them.
One's down.
Will Miller, Billy Johnson as well, Itavaya.
So where does Jack play most of his footy?
Well, he can play 10, he can play 12.
Guys,
but not...
He plays a lot of scrum half for East in Brisbane, yeah.
What's the issue? We're either going to play on here or you're going to go off because I'm not going to keep stopping for you.
Still only 21. But Nick Frisbee's got such a good pass. You can see Dave McDouling there, the captain, just taking a drink from the water bottle.
Going, guys, and we've been stopping
trying to tell the guys just to settle down a little bit. Liam Gill also using his experience.
Scrum.
Liam Gill. The back row for Brisbane City, they've got over 120 Super Rugby games between them. Curtis Browning, Liam Gill, Jake Schatz. That's Curtis Browning. Did his AC joint in the Brisbane Grand Final and didn't play a lot of the NRC in the early rounds. Curtis Browning.
Set!
Yep.
Here they come, it's a nice switch play. Schatz, heads up, excellent work. Snuffed it out now, numbers. They can move it quickly down the left side. White. He takes it on, Mullins. Here's that one far better from the base.
You're offside to start with.
Will Miller, he thought he pounced. I thought it was okay, but he wasn't behind the last feet, so offside at the ruck for Will Miller. And now Brisbane City get a chance to go about 5 to 8 metres out with the line out. 2 minutes to go before half time. Thought it was about a 10-point win in behind New South Wales country. At the moment, 26-16.
In front of the last man is when you grabbed it to start with, right?
Really important part of the game now for both teams.
That's a nice clean take at the front from Kotzer. Immediately they're under pressure though, with the Eagles piling in. Looking to snuff this out. Mullins, now they find Fayanardi in the midfield. City looking to go quickly right. They won't though. More pressure through the middle from Johnson. Karevi tucks it under and then pops it up to Fangasi.
Move forward! There it is. Stay there, 5. Thank you.
The Country Eagle, they're just waiting to pounce. Johnson, Chubb.
Tight they go for the moment, Brisbane City, and in come the Eagles and they force the turnover. Great defence
Easy.
from New South Wales Country.
Will Miller, he was on the ball, but it was the pressure. And you can see Brisbane City are getting frustrated. Jake Nicky's getting in there, Billy Johnson, Duncan Chubb. They're putting some really good shots in around the edge of the breakdown. That potentially could be, Shawnee, the turning point of this match just before half-time, that defensive effort from New South Wales Country to hold that 10-point lead before half-time.
Oh, as you know, though, Tim Horan, it can turn on a dime, it turn in the blink of an eye, the NRC. Here's another look at the work from Miller and friends at the breakdown here. They got the shot on and over the top. Was he holding his body weight up there, Timmy? I don't know about that one.
Good tackle early on from Ed Stubbs.
Sharp play at the front from Gray. Johnson. McKibben says that'll do us for the first 40 minutes of action. It has been fast-paced. It has been frenetic, fun. It has been excellent. NRC rugby coming at us from Central Coast Stadium, and it is 26 points to 16 in favour of New South Wales Country over Brisbane City. And let's get a word now with Tim Sheridan.
Paddy Dillett, enthusiasm was the big thing that half.